Bhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Pantanugam Govinda Bidhamujvalang Varatanang Bhaktyanvitang Sundaram Vande Vishwa Gurung Chadibhya Bhagavat Premno Hibija Pradam Divyatanam Sachandavadanam Balaka Chilantritam Sanjananda Puram Sare Kavaranang Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Shri Siddhantanidim Subhaktilasitam Sarasvatanam Barang Bandetang Shubharang Arekesharanam Nyashishwaram Sridharam Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Virito Gorya Gurvanvai Bhato Banariva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Mayavaditi Mingilo Daragatan Udritya Jivaniman Krishna Prema Sudabdigahana Sukang Pradatrabhum Tampare Namo Gora Kishoraya Bhaktavaduta Motaye Gorangri Padma Bringayam Radha Bhavan Shevane Mande Bhakti Vinodanam Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajam Radha Rasa Suranidhim Gaura Braja Shita Sheshai Vaishnaver Vandya Vigraham Jagannatha Prabhum Vande Premabdhing Varidya Vaishnavam Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Svarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam Namami Shakta Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Prarayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvijay Namaha Jayatang Surato Pangor Mama Manda Matergati Matsava Swavaram Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Dibyad Vrindaranya Kaupadrumadaha Shri Madharatnagara Singhasanasto Shri Gandhava Shila Govinda Devo Prestalivi Sevimanos Marami Shriman Rasar Sarambi Bangsi Vata Tatashtitaha Karshan Venu Svanayar Gopir Gopina Sriyestuna Brindaye Talasirevai Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Paridevi Satyavakya Namo Namaha Ato Natva Mantra Gurun Gurun Bhagavata Vyasan Jagat Gurun Natva Tato Jayo Mudiraye Jaya Saparika Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sunda Pada Padmanam Jayastu. What's going to happen when the date is open, Pandit?
Because are they going to change that?
Yeah, it might take a while.
Yeah, it might take a while before the open because they're going to change the outfit.
Okay. Samsaradava nalalita loka tranaya karunya ganaganatvam
Samsaradava nalalita loka
Praptasya kalyana gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Mahaprabhu Kirtanya Nritya Gita Varitra Madhyan Manasora Sena Romancha Kampa Sruta Ranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Shri Vigrahara Dana Nityananda Shingaratan Mandira Majanado. You can sit here. Yuktasya Bhaktam Jani Unjatopi, instead of behind and kind of outside. Vande Guru, not against the wall, sit here. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavad Prasado Saksana Tirtham Hari Bhakta Sangam. Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavad Prasado Saksana Tirtham Hari Bhakta Sangam. Vitvai Bhakti Srim Bhajato Sadeva. Vitvai Bhakti Srim Bhajato Sadeva. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Shri Radhika She's just left the seat and she's come back.
She's going to open until the gathering.
Yeah, so bring the mat back so you're not on the cold. Hare Krishna.
No, I was just telling her that it's going to open, it's not going to be later.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. All right, we better watch the time. 7:14. 7:14. So, which Nityananda song are you going to sing, Saraswati?
122.
122. Oh, well, I don't know what's 122. What's the Nitai Parakam? In a different book.
Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Susitala
Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Susitala Jai, okay. The holy lotus feet, so the translation by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. The holy lotus feet of Nitai, cooling like 10 million moons, in the shade of which the world gains soothing relief. Without that Nitai, O brother, no one can reach Radha and Krishna. Clasp his lotus feet with full conviction. One who never got his connection passed his life in vain. Such an animal is so very wicked. He whose mouth never uttered Nitai, merged in mundane pleasures, how can his aristocratic lineage save him? Maddened with pride, forgetting the lotus feet of Nitai, I embrace untruth as truth. But when Nitai gives his grace, he will reach Radha and Krishna in Braja. Oh, embrace the lotus feet of Nitai. The lotus feet of Nitai are truth. His servitors are eternal. Ever aspire for the shelter of his feet. Narottam is very sad. Oh Nitai, make me happy. Please keep me at your lovely lotus feet.
Sometimes I think when the translation says, how will your aristocratic lineage save you? Sometimes, you can take that literally and think of status in the world, but also within devotional life, isn't it?
Also the pride of being
Yes,
a devotee.
a devotee.
Oh, yes, I'm
Yeah.
a devotee. And also that aristocratic lineage. Narottam is addressing it, the Brahmana section, I think, because most of us, most of me on this chair doesn't come from aristocratic lineage. But in the Brahmana section, the old British system, it is false, of course. They call it, and it's terrible, they call them Lord and Lady this, Lord and Lady that. But you see how the society will look to them, their mansions and their houses and everything. That was like and the horses and chariots before, and all of these things in status. But there, you see, that's some kind of pride in the Western world, but the Brahmana aristocrats, they actually had qualities. They're not going hunting foxes and doing stuff like that and drinking whiskey. They have proper standard of life. But when you have a proper standard of life, then you can look down on everybody else, kind of thing. Think to yourself, I'm not one of them, I'm an aristocrat. Not so good. Yeah, not very good. Not so good. And yes, no, it wasn't good. Something. Okay. My mind was thinking it's about some aristocracy that we knew here. Okay, then we have 7.5 minutes. No, we have about 8.5 minutes.
Want to sing a song, Alison?
What song? Which song?
Any suggestion?
Always, the Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Doya Kori is very good.
Page 82. She had it already.
Okay, and you know the meaning of it?
The Sharanagati.
And you know the 6 senses to control?
It's so annoying.
The 6 things which are unfavorable? The 6 things that are favorable? You know?
To search for the association of...
But it's referred to in this song. So anyhow.
I love that. That's beautiful.
To avoid what is unfavorable, to search for what is favorable, to believe in Krishna protection,
Okay.
that Krishna is our guardian, and isn't it?
Okay,
Am I-
yes, that's all very good. So would you like to read the translation first?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was going to happen. But this is very unstable.
I think just now, please get the pliers and just make it tight.
Yeah, for now.
Later, what will be, but we need something will get damaged.
Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya, being gracious upon the Jiva souls, along with your associates and abode, you descended to this world to distribute freely the love divine most rare. By teaching exclusive surrender, the life and soul of the devotee, humility, self-giving, embracing his guardianship, Krishna will certainly protect me. Maintaining this faith, acceptance of all activities favorable to devotion, embracing rejection of adversity to devotion. Those who surrender in this sixfold way, their prayer will be heard by the divine son of Nanda.
Jai.
Taken in his mouth a straw, falling at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Sanatan, Sri Bhaktivinoda clasped their holy lotus feet. Weeping, weeping, I implore thee, O I am fallen, please teach me to surrender, teach me pure devotion.
Okay. You have spoken well. Sounds like a very good prayer to me.
What page?
52. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedoya Kori.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedoya Kori.
Svapashara Sviyadama Savatari.
Svapashara Sviyadama Savatari.
Atyanta Dulabha Prema Kori Baredana.
Atyanta Durabha Prema Kori Varidana.
Shikhaya Sharanagati Vakatera Prana.
Shikaya Saranagati Bhagatera Prana.
Janyatmani Vedana Goprit Bevarana.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Bol. Okay, dear devotees. 1 minute 30 seconds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Sri Nityananda Appearance Day ki jai. And the time is 7:30. You can set your watches by it. Hare Krishna. So, time for reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Oops. Somebody left a chocolate for me. Hare Krishna. Oh, reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. I might want this. Many bookmarks. So, reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Antya Leela. Acha. My Lord, we are all fallen. Well, there's a good place. So you're reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sanatana Goswami visits the Lord. So this is the later part. Sanatana Goswami is coming over from Vrindavan, coming through the Jharikhanda forest. No planes, no trains, walking all the way. And we're reading in Antya-lila, chapter number 4. And we're somewhere around... Oh, Haridas and some... Oh, yes, okay. So, text 183 will get us somewhere near. Maybe I need to read from the book. It'll be quicker. Okay, so Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. And Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, and Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai, Sri Rupa Guru Vaga ki Jai. So, what I was reading just now with text, chapter, Antya-lila, chapter 4, text 182, which probably you read yesterday. Mahaprabhu's been speaking to Haridas Thakur, and then Haridas Thakur said, so now Haridas Thakur's replying, but are we going to read? No. Okay, so we shall. You all heard what he read yesterday. I didn't. What he said yesterday, what Mahaprabhu said. But Haridas Thakur replied, oh, well, he's been talking for quite a while with him. But isn't this Sanatana Goswami? He's talking to Sanatana Goswami. My dear Sanatana, please do not think that Jagadananda is more dear to me than you. Oh, okay, so this was... Mahaprabhu had chastised Jagadananda, and Sanatana is saying, you don't chastise me, you're showing more mercy to Jagadananda. Anyway, okay, we're going to come. So, Sanatana Goswami, when he came to Vrindavan, would stay with Haridas Thakur. And they did not go in or try to go in or disguise themselves and sneak into the Jagannath temple, dear devotees. So when Haridas Thakur, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami and others did not go into the temple, they honored, okay, this is the Jagannath's wish. And then we also will be peaceful and honor that wish. So anyhow, so Sanatana Goswami was staying with Haridas Thakur. This arrangement was made at the Siddha Bokul in Puri. And Mahaprabhu has been talking to them. He's with them. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled. Okay, well, the last words were from Haridas Thakur said, "My dear Lord, what you have spoken deals with external formalities. I do not accept it." Okay, that's a privilege for those who heard yesterday. "My Lord, we are all fallen, but you have accepted us due to your attribute of being merciful to the fallen. This is well known all over the world." All right, text 183, which is probably where we're starting today. Prabhu kohe. No, Prabhu hashi kore. Mahaprabhu, smiling, said, Prabhu hashi kohe. Shunna haridasa sanatana. Tatvatta kohi toma vishaye jaiche moramana. Listen, Haridas Thakur and Sanatana Goswami. So Mahaprabhu smiled and said, "Listen, Haridas and Sanatan, now I am speaking the truth. Now I am speaking the truth about how my mind is attracted to you. Tomare talya apanake talaka abiman. Talakera lalya nahe dosha panjana." So what is this word talika? Lalika, maintained, and lala kera, of the maintainer. Okay, so now Mahaprabhu is saying, "My dear Haridas and Sanatan, I think of you as my little boys, to be maintained by me." That's Sanatana and Haridas Thakur. The maintainer never takes seriously any faults of the maintained. I always think of myself, so Mahaprabhu speaking, I always think of myself as deserving no respect, but because of affection, I always consider you to be like my little children. There, how sweet. When a child passes stool and urine that touch the body of the mother never hates the child. On the contrary, she takes much pleasure in cleansing him. The stool and urine of the maintained child appear like sandalwood pulp to the mother. Similarly, when the foul moisture oozing from the itches of Sanatan touches my body, I have no hatred for him. Because Sanatan, you all know the Leela, I think. He'd gone through, while going through the Jarakanda forest, he'd got some sores on his body. And when he came to Mahaprabhu in Puri, Mahaprabhu embraced him. And then Sanatan thinking, oh no, I've made great offense by coming to Mahaprabhu. So here's Mahaprabhu explaining from his side. Then Haridas Thakur said, Haridasa kohe, Tumi Ishvara Daya Moya, Tomara Gambhira Hridoya, Bujjhana Na Jaya. And some of you may follow that, I don't know. But it is, my dear sir, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are most merciful toward us. No one can understand what is within your deeply affectionate heart. To me, Ishvara Daya Maya. So still speaking, you embraced the leper Vasudeva, whose body was fully infected by worms. You are so kind that in spite of his condition, you embraced him. And many things Mahaprabhu did were very extreme, because I've been to a leper colony in Malaysia. The devotees, they're always trying to do something good, and they will get their milk, nice, good cow's milk, from a leper colony, because lepers go to a leper colony to keep them, from the society a little bit. And really, the people, they've got, all kinds of things melting off their body and sores and everything. And you see them, and really you've got to have some compassion on them. But Mahaprabhu, he went to the lepers, like where bodies decomposing, and like even, you've got to be honest, smell of like decomposing flesh. And then he gave that mercy to Vasudeva, the leper. So, so many things. So here, then, I think Haridas is saying, so who said about, where did I say about the leper? Similarly, when the fowl, okay, I'm on the other side. So, yes, so Haridas was saying, you embraced the leper, Vasudeva, which you've got to think, for us to embrace a leper, that's kind of a sacrifice. But he embraced the leper, Vasudeva, whose body was fully infected by worms. You are so kind that in spite of his condition, you embraced him. By embracing him, you made his body as beautiful as that of Cupid. We cannot understand the waves of your mercy. So this is all expressed by Haridas Thakur. Then, Prabhu Kohe, Mahaprabhu said, the body of a devotee is never material. It is considered to be transcendental, full of spiritual bliss. Hare Krishna. And then, so there's a short purport of Srila Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to convince Haridas Thakur and Sanatana Goswami that a devotee whose life is dedicated to the service of the Lord is never in the material conception. Because he always engages in the service of the Lord, his body is transcendental and full of spiritual bliss. His body should never be considered material, just as the body of the deity worshipped in the temple is never considered to be made of stone or wood. Factually, the deity is directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead, without a doubt. The injunctions of the Padma Purana therefore state, Ache Vishnau Shiladhir Gurushu Naramatir Vaishnave Jati Buddhihi ... through to Yasyava Naraki Saha. So anyway, Srila Prabhupada quoted that, and then he's not directly translating, but saying, the deity worshipped in the temple is never stone or wood. Similarly, the body of a Vaishnava fully dedicated to the service of the Lord is never considered to belong to the material modes of nature. Okay, and now some verses which we've heard quoted and discussed, certainly from above. Next text 192. Diksha kale bhakta kore atma samapana. This is one of the verses you know, right? Or both of you. I was thinking of Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit knows lots of verses. He does. Good for your credit. Diksha kale bhakta kore atma samapana. Se kale Krishna tare kore atma sama. Quote. Oh no, not quote. Mahaprabhu is saying, instructing. At the time of initiation, when a devotee fully surrenders unto the service of the Lord, Krishna accepts him to be as good as himself. Say deha, that body, say deha kore tara chid anandamoya, aprakrita dehe tara charana bhajaya. When the devotee's body is thus transformed into spiritual existence, the devotee in that transcendental body renders service to the lotus feet of the Lord. And now Mahaprabhu is going to quote a Sanskrit verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. So the verse is Matyo jada tyakta samasta karma nivedit atma vichikirshito me tadam rittatvang pratipadyamano mayatma bhujaya cha kalpateva. And this is another verse we hear quoted by the preachers. Quote, the living entity who is subjected to birth and death, when he gives up all material activities, dedicating his life to me gives up all his material activities separately, dedicating his life to me for executing my order, and thus acts according to my direction, at that time he reaches the platform of immortality and becomes fit to enjoy the spiritual bliss of exchange of loving rasas with me. Hare Krishna. Next verse, Mahaprabhu is speaking but not quoting. And he is saying, Sanatanera dehe Krishna kandu upajana ama parikshite ihang dila patanya. Krishna somehow or other manifested these itching sores on the body of Sanatana Goswami and sent him here to test me. Next verse. If I had hated Sanatana Goswami and had not embraced him, I would certainly have been chastised for offenses to Krishna. Sanatana Goswami is one of the associates of Krishna. There could not be any bad odor from his body. On the first day I embraced him. I smelled the aroma. On the first day I embraced him, I smelled the aroma of chatushamma, a mixture of sandalwood pulp, camphor, aguru, and musk. There you are. That's the Lord can have transcendental fragrance. And then it's giving you. Okay, I'll read the purport. An associate of the Lord is one whose body is fully engaged in the service of the Lord. A materialist might see Sanatana Goswami's body as being full of itching sores that exuded foul moisture and a bad smell. You see what I was describing before? That's how materialist sees. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a realized materialist, so giving the example. Yes, that's what we saw in the lepers. But this is about the devotees. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, said that actually the aroma of his body was the excellent scent of a mixture of sandalwood pulp, camphor, musk, and aguru. And then, quoting, in the Garuda Purana, this mixture, which is called chatushamma, is described as follows. And then it has the Sanskrit. It's got a Sanskrit quote. See, the Puranas have got quotes about all sorts of things, about making special aromas. So now, for those of you who wish to make some special aroma for Mahaprabhu, 2 parts of musk. So we have the Sanskrit here, but I'll give you the translation. 2 parts of musk, 4 parts of sandalwood, 3 parts of aguru or saffron, and 1 part of camphor, when mixed together, create chatushamma. And then Srila Prabhupada said, the aroma of chatushamma is very pleasing, I'm sure. It is also mentioned in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, 6115. Let's see. All right. Now Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj is narrating. In fact, however, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced the body of Sanatana Goswami, by the Lord's touch alone, there was manifest a fragrance exactly like that of sandalwood pulp. Then Prabhu kohe, Sanatan nam manihan dukha. Yes, okay. Tomara alingane ami pai boro sukha. Well, you probably can understand that. Mahaprabhu said, my dear Sanatan, do not be aggrieved, for when I embrace you, I actually get great pleasure. Boro sukha, very much pleasure. Then Mahaprabhu said, stay with me at Jagannath Puri for 1 year. After that, I shall send you to Vrindavan. Srila Krishnadas writing, after saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again embraced Sanatana Goswami. Thus immediately Sanatan's itches disappeared and his entire body resembled the color of gold. Immediately.
We were talking about that.
Yeah.
No homeopathy and Ayurveda and allopathy and all these things. Seeing the change, Haridas Thakur, greatly astonished, told the Lord, this is your pastime. Okay, so Deki, that verse, Deki Haridasa Mane Hoyla, what word? Chamatkara. Okay. So Deki Haridasa Mane Hoyla Chamatkara. Then Prabhu Re Kohena, to Prabhu, he said, Prabhu Re Kohena, E Bhangi Jai Tomara. This is your pastime. And then, so Haridas still speaking, my dear Lord, you made Sanatana Goswami drink the water of the Jharkhand forest, and you actually generated the consequent itching sores on his body. After thus causing these itches, you examine Sanatana Goswami. No one can understand your transcendental pastimes. Then after embracing, next thing. After embracing both Haridas Thakur and Sanatana Goswami, I see. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after embracing both Haridas Thakur and Sanatana Goswami, Mahaprabhu returned to his residence. Then both Haridas Thakur and Sanatana Goswami, in great ecstatic love, began to describe the Lord's transcendental attributes. In this way, Sanatana Goswami stayed under the care of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and discussed the transcendental qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Haridas Thakur. Well, we can end here. If we're going to read from somewhere else, we better end here. Okay, we're going to end here. So tomorrow we'll continue. But tomorrow is going to... Okay, I won't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. You have to tune in to find out. Hare Krishna. So short reading, something is always better than nothing from the revealed truth by Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktisunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Wish-fulfilling servitors in the chapter entitled Inconceivable Glory. Inconceivable glory. Hare Krishna. So Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai, Revealed Truth ki Jai, and its author Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktisunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. So, continuing the chapter, and again, okay? So, Srila Gurudev speaking, short reading from Revealed Truth. The glory of Krishna's transcendental abode has been very beautifully described in Sri Brahma Samhita. the prayers of Lord Brahma. Okay. Through meditation, dhyan, upon the Gayatri mantra, everything was revealed in Brahma's heart. In Brahma Samhita, he expressed his divine vision of Krishna and Krishna's divine abode. Which verse am I going to? Which verse, not am I going to quote, which verse is Srila Gurudev going to quote? Good try? Yes, it could have been either, or some others too, but it's Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpa Taravo Dumabu Mis Chintamani Ganna Mai Toyam Amritam Kataganam Natyam Gamanam Appi Vangshi Priyasaki Chidanandam Jyoti Param Appitat Asvadyam Appicha Sajatra Kshirabdhi Sravati Surabhibhyascha Summahan Nimeshadha Kyo Va Vrajati Nahi Yatrapi Sammayaha Bhaje Shvetadipam Tammaham Iha Golokam Ittiyam Virantaste Shantakshiti Virala Charaha Katipaye. There. But you know what's going to happen now? Srila Gurudev is going to explain this verse, in fact, line by line. Isn't that true? Yes. Not even line by line, word by word. So,
What number was it?
57. No, 56. It's the first verse after all of the Govindam Adi Purusham verses. And then is this verse. And it's super beautiful. And we have like a translation given by Srila Prabhupada in his book, and translation also in our Brahma Samhita. Obviously they're very similar. But here, this, I think for the rest of the chapter, Srila Gurudev is explaining this verse, bit by bit by bit. And in Brihat Bhagavatamritam, which we've been reading in Italy, you'll get more explanation of the wonderful nature of the Krishna's land and of Krishna and of his land and of all the servitors. And we've been in a very wonderful place just now with the flute of Krishna and hearing the flute and what the reactions of all the different species and the water and the dust and everything, right? Every single thing of Vrindavan on hearing Krishna's flute, how it's all transformed and transported. And even then we came to this, how the cows are so mesmerized and bewildered and confused and everything. They even try to block out the sound of Krishna's flute by putting their front feet in their ears. And they still can't block out the sound. Really, it's a super wonderful place. But it's just to jump there, it kind of isn't good, except Guru Maharaj and Gurudev have already prepared us if we've been reading for a while, etc. But by the time we get there in Brihat Bhagavatamritam, we have come a long, long, long way over billions of years. And then we come there. But one part about that too is it's so obvious. Everyone's praising everybody else. And oh no, they've got more fortune than us. Even those that have, we can say, less fortune. But they're all the more fortunate, all thinking that they have more fortune than them. And it's a whole society of praise, opposite of this world, right? But it's so wonderful and so pleasing.
Endless, it can't. Always going, always going.
Right, and about 2 months ago, Munindra Mohan, he looking at the book, he said, we almost finished Brihat Bhagavatam, we feel so sad. But now we feel like the book, and that was 2 months ago, and so we're still going through the book, and it's almost like extra pages are being added to the book or something like this. Going on, and we don't want it to end. And then we were thinking, like on the tablet, we read from the tablet, think, Krishna's putting more pages in without us noticing. We're adding them in. Anyway, we don't have time, we're at the end of the reading today. But here we are, we've got this expression, and this Vrindavan, which is so beautifully expressed by Lord Brahma, by Vedavyas, Shukadev Goswami, Vedavyas, all, and then expressed by Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj. Then this Vrindavan, that's being made possible all by the grace of Nitai and Gauranga. So it's not a dream, it's not something, only far advanced sages sitting, perfectly for thousands of years, and something only a tiny, tiny, impossible section of austere persons can achieve. But Nitai and Gauranga have made all this available. So we've given the hint of the verse, and perhaps tomorrow we'll give a chance to read a little of the meaning of that verse being presented by Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Okay, so that's our readings for today. Jai. Well, we didn't read very much, but we gave. Yes, we read the quote selected by Gurudev. The glory of Krishna's transcendental abode has been very beautifully described in Sri Brahma Samhita. Through meditation, dhyan, upon the Gayatri mantra, everything was revealed in Brahma's heart. In Brahma Samhita, he expressed his divine vision of Krishna and Krishna's divine abode with this verse, Shriya Kanta Kanta. So, very beautiful. Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. So, quietest person in the room, Devananda Prabhu. Oh, good. Also quiet. But Devananda hasn't made a word. I think I heard a little sound from Krishna Nandini earlier. Would you like, Devananda, would you like to lead Hari Harai Nama Krishna for us? Page number, I don't know, because I don't know what book you want. We'll start you off and then you keep on going after we start. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohan. Sri Chaitanya Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Didn't fix it. Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Echai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan. Jahoi te Vignana Shapista Puran. Echai Gosai Dhamui Taradas. Tasavara Padarenu Mora Panchana. Saraswati. Saraswati Jai.
Shri Guru Gauranga Sundar Radha Giridhar Ji ki Jamir Pasla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Deva Goswami Maharaj ki Jamir Pasla Bhakti Rokaksya Deva Goswami Maharaj ki Pasla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Nati Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Sri Nityananda Prabhu Abhibhava Maha Mahotsava ki Jai Shri Eka Chakradam ki Sri Hadai Pande and Padmavati ki Jai Shri Bhakti Ranja Madhusudan Mhj ki Shri Hari Nama Sankirtan ki Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki Chaitanya Saraswat Mat West London Chapter ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Brinda ki Hari Nama Sankirtan ki Gaur Premanand. And tune back at 10:30 for the noon program.
Okay, good. Yes. Now we can have an afternoon program as well if people come at 2 o'clock.